By popular request, this is a story about how alpacas became a major science scandal and impacted the way that we do science today. In the 1960s, a researcher found out that alpacas had a very special kind of hemoglobin. It held onto oxygen more tightly, and therefore it was an adaptation to living in the high altitude. This was revolutionary, and lots of papers studying alpacas and similar animals were published based on it, except there was a problem. Yes, alpacas did have this kind of hemoglobin, however, so did every other camelid. So we can't really know for sure why they have it, and that resulted in that paper and every paper based on it to be called into question. And of course, nobody wants to be responsible for a scandal like this, so no one wants to be in this guy's shoes, so the bar for studying adaptation has been heightened since. You have to demonstrate that this animal has the trait and none of its other relatives have the trait, and then you have to show that it actually is useful for what you think it is useful for. This is why we have science where you make an observation and then you prove it, but it's very difficult to prove this kind of science. Either way, a lot of researchers just avoid studying adaptation altogether because it is quite so difficult. I do want to correct this misconception. Just because something is criticized that was done 20 or 30 years ago does not mean that it's not valuable. Research has improved. Researchers are no longer just pointing at a phenomenon and saying, yeah, that feels right, that's definitely it. And now you too can go to a zoologist and bother them by asking about adaptation in alpacas.